Goddamn, bro, I'm tired, I'm hungry, it's hot, and I'm outside. But a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Bafana mantombazane madoda bafazi. It's your host, John Der, bringing you a brand new episode of some fresh content. Lego Shabadu Shanapa Shandy's show. If you haven't done it, what are you waiting for? You know what I'm talking about. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment where it's due, and share with your friends, your family, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and everyone else. Yep. The P.Diddy Trial began with jury selection on May 12 on Monday. This comes before opening statements from the prosecutors and the defense team. The prosecutors began with their opening statements, and they came out swinging, stating that Cassie will testify that a male escort had performed a sexual act that required him to urinate on her. I am quoting / paraphrasing the defense's team opening statements. Diddy's defense team's opening statements came across as weak. They basically owned up to everything, saying Diddy was angry, couldn't control his anger, might have abused drugs, and may have been a horrible boyfriend. Y'all would hear audios and text messages that will make him sound like a horrible person, and that he may have been. All of the most horrible things you could think about him when it comes to how he dealt with women in his life. He's owning up to it. Diddy's defense team admitted that if he was guilty of domestic violence, they wouldn't be arguing his case. If he was charged with domestic violence, they wouldn't be arguing his case. But because he's charged with sex trafficking and other charges, that's the reason why they are there, because he's not guilty of that. The first person to testify in the Diddy trial was a black male escort. He described his relationship with Diddy and Cassie, saying they would call him to engage in sexual acts with him. Every single time he got a phone call, it was from Cassie. He met them through his boss. He alleges him and Cassie had sexual engagements while P. Diddy sat in the corner watching them as he masturbated. The escort says Puffy never got involved, but he did tell them what to do. He also said that one time he couldn't get hard anymore because he went to Cassie's house and Diddy was there when arguments ensued, and Diddy went off on Cassie and beat her up bad because she took a long time to come back in the room to him. He says after he saw that, he couldn't even engage in sexual activities with her. The next person to take the stand in the Diddy trial was Cassandra Ventura, also known as Cassie. She took the stand and revealed the details of the freak-offs, from the first date that they met to the times they spent together. Her 21st birthday where she had her first kiss, and she even admitted that she didn't want to kiss Diddy. She gave information of the freak-offs, that Diddy was in control, stating that there would be candles as lighting and extra linens, that she was made to have freak-offs during her period, hence blood on a lot of sheets. Cassie also revealed that there was a lot of baby oil, that Puffy would also sometimes join in with the male escort and engage in sexual intercourse with her once they got comfortable with the male escorts. She broke down the freak-offs in steps, saying that there would be foreplay where she would have to talk out loud and describe what she was seeing, because Puffy would allegedly want to hear that sometimes blindfolded. She did also state that step 2 would involve touching. That's when the baby oil would come out. Step 3 involved oral sex, where she says a lot of the times she would rush to get to the oral because she wanted to get it over with, because she kept making the point that she didn't want to do this. She was doing this because she was so in love, and said that she didn't want him, Diddy, to do it with anybody else. By the time this episode drops, it would have been week 3 of the P.Diddy Trial. May is Lupus Awareness Month, a time when communities, families, and advocates come together to shine spotlights on the autoimmune disease that affects many parts of the body. An estimated 5 million people worldwide suffer from the chronic disease, which experts say remains largely misunderstood and underdiagnosed in many African countries. Tiger brands have proposed a new legal settlement for the listeriosis outbreak after 200 deaths and 1,000 infections. It comes after conclusive evidence linked the outbreak to its Polokwane facility. This proposed compensation still needs court approval, and many victims are yet to be identified. 7 years after South Africa's deadliest listeriosis outbreak. This past week we had by-elections that took place in certain provinces of South Africa, and here are the results. In Ward 24, which is in Johannesburg, the Gauteng province, the ANC won the by-elections there with a total number of votes of 54.76%. In second place, the MK Party with 22.9%. In third place, the EFF with 18.59%. And in fourth place, the IFP with 3.54%. Here are the by-election results for Namakwa, which is in the Northern Cape. The ANC won the by-elections there with a total percentage of 37.1% of the votes. In second place, NCM with 27.24% of the votes. In third place, the PA with 20.81% of the votes. And then the DA with 14.1% of the votes. And then the EFF with 0.52% of the votes. And finally, I'll bring you the by-election results of Mpofana Ward 4, which is in Moy River, KwaZulu-Natal. The ANC won the by-elections there with a total number of 1,436 votes, which is equivalent to 51.09%. And then in second place, the IFP with 712 votes, which is equivalent to 25.44%. And then lastly, the MK Party with 635 votes, which is equivalent to 22.55%. With that being said, all I can say is Viva ANC, Viva. So Tory Lanez is in a stable condition after being allegedly stabbed by another inmate in the prison yard in California. He was stabbed by a convicted killer who is serving a life sentence for a murder charge. According to reports, this was not his first violent incident behind bars. The killer's name is Santino Castillo. Sources say he was rushed to the hospital. He is expected to be okay. From the spokesperson of the California Correctional Institute, they said that the attack occurred around 7:20 a.m. They didn't give any further information about exactly how Tory Lanez was stabbed, what the potential motivation could be, or where he was stabbed. Tory Lanez is serving a 10-year sentence for shooting rapper Megan Thee Stallion as they left an LA party back in July 2020. Free Tory, man. Free Tory Lanez. Canada. In sports news, Crystal Palace are the champions of the FA Cup. This comes after a 1-0 victory against Manchester City at the Wembley Stadium. A solitary goal by Eberechi Eze sealed the deal. They have ended a 51-year trophy drought. In other sports news, in the NBA, the Eastern Conference Finals spots have been decided, and it will be the New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. And in the Western Conference Finals, it will be the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Since Proteas fast bowler Kagiso Rabada earlier this month made the announcement that he had tested positive for a banned substance, there was much speculation about which recreational drug the fast bowler had used. SA Institutes for Drug-Free Sport revealed that the drug in question was cocaine. It had already been confirmed that Rabada had taken the drug out of competition when he was tested during the SA20 on January 21. Traces of the drug were still in the system at the time of the test. Rabada was informed of the results of the test on April 1. By the time Rabada made the announcement of the adverse finding, He had already served his 1-month suspension, with no further action taken by Cricket South Africa, and soon returned to India to take his place in the Gujarat Titans side in the Indian Premier League. Kagiso Rabada has been named in South Africa's squad for next month's World Test Championship against Australia. It would have been a huge blow if he wasn't called up or had a longer suspension, because he is a dope cricketer and a high-ranking bowler. And in music news, Wiz Khalifa has dropped his new album titled Kush and Orange Juice 2. It is a sequel to his first project that he dropped more than 15 years ago. Memphis rapper Key Glock has also released a new album titled Glocker Valley. It does have no features, it's only him. Questa has a new project out and it's titled The Big Bro Theory. It has 12 tracks. Lo-Fi, who is one of the members of the Quellas, has released a brand new official music video for his track titled Tango. It does feature Usma Mane and is produced by Sack Beats. Dirty Danko has released a brand new EP titled Cult Heroes Deserve Tifo Art, or Cult Heroes Deserve TIFO Art. It has 4 tracks on it. Shout out. And with that being said, we have come to the end of the episode of the Shabadu Shandapa Shandi's show with your host John Der. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment where it says you, and like the video and share it with everyone that you love. 3K.